Howdy everyone, and welcome to a rather interesting video here on the Looting Geeks Out channel. I do not know what this is going to be like. It's been a while since I filmed in here, just filming in here basically because of the lighting today. I'd much rather be sitting down for this, but lighting in my other room is just not all that good, and it's dark because I'm getting to this later in the day than I wanted. Audio is probably going to be messed up because I'm having to hold this. I can't really set this thing up anywhere. I don't know what this is going to be like. Maybe the audio will be coming from the camera. I don't know. Something will happen. This video will probably turn out fine. But it's gonna be a bit messed up, I'm sure. Very, very special video because today, as of y'all watching this, if I can get this up on the 7th, as of recording, it's a day early, but today, technically tomorrow, but today for y'all, I hope, is my 2-year anniversary of being a Babymetal fan, which is pretty dang cool. So, I wanted to make a video just talking about all that, talking about the band, talking about the community, and just talking about having been a fan and how things have changed and how things have stayed the same and all this different stuff. I don't really have like a set plan for this. I'm just seeing what happens and seeing if I have anything good to say, and hopefully this will turn out rather interesting. Now, last year, of course, I did the reaction video to Shine being performed at Legend M. I would love to do a reaction video again this year, but the one track I can think of that would be worth reacting to, Moa's performance of Headbanger, because Moa is, of course, my favorite member of Babymetal. Headbanger, classic track, and her performance of it at Legend M is phenomenal. Of course, I've already heard it, so not worth a reaction at all. The track is worth a reaction, not worth a reaction from me. But I wanted to talk about the topic, I wanted to do something, so this is just going to be basically just me rambling about a band I love, and I don't know what this is going to be like. I have a few points I want to talk about, but I'm just going to ramble, and then cut this down to something that's actually somewhat cohesive. So, I want to start off with something fairly small, but fairly fun, my Babymetal collection. Now, first item I'm currently wearing, this is my not-so-great Babymetal shirt. This is something super cheap off of like Etsy or something. My mom got this for me. I don't know who makes them, but it's cool. It's a very, very comfortable shirt, and it gives me like the only red shirt I wear. It basically gives me one of like 3 shirts that isn't black that I wear, so it's pretty good. It's nice. It's something that no one's gonna know what it is, but every now and then there's gonna be that one little person who recognizes it, and I haven't found anyone like that yet, but it'll happen one day, I hope. But I got 2 more Babymetal shirts. I've got this one. I have no idea if y'all can see this. If not, I will let it in some B-roll footage. But it's a pretty cool shirt. I think this is like an actual official design, but I don't know if the shirt itself is official. The tag seems to have been removed. Yeah, there's no tag in that one. It's a cool shirt, though. I like the design and everything. It's comfortable. And another one my mom got me. I got it for free. I can't complain about whether or not it's official merch. But I do have one shirt that I know is official merch, so let me show this off. This one probably will require some B-roll footage, because I do very much want to probably show this off. This is, I bought this myself, probably the most I've ever paid for anything clothing related. This is, I guess, official merch from the Road to Wembley stream, and of course, it has the fancy back and everything. It's a really nice shirt, very comfortable as well, and very nice to have. That I will be wearing tomorrow for the actual anniversary. Now, I don't just have shirts. That's a weird thing to show off for the entire collection. So let me grab my 2 other items I have in the collection. It's a very small collection. First off, I have the Blu-ray of Budokan Red Knight and Black Knight. I may be mispronouncing that. I unfortunately have only seen Red Knight so far. I keep meaning to watch Black Knight, but I keep forgetting to, and I keep not having the energy and the motivation to. And just watching anything in general, I don't have much time to do it. I can't wait to do it. It's going to happen one day. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. But Red Knight was really cool. I can't wait to check the rest of this out. And this was a really cool little thing to have with the collection. And then, of course, self-titled album. This is the international release. I actually found this at my local music store, and they had Metal Resistance. I think that is since sold. They currently have, as of Saturday, they currently have Metal Galaxy, 10 Babymetal Years, and 10 Babymetal Years Budokan, or whatever the title for that is. I'd get the live one if it was vinyl. I don't care about the 10 Babymetal Years album. And both Metal Galaxy and Metal Resistance, they had the international versions, and I want the Japanese versions because you get the 2 extra tracks on Metal Galaxy, and you get Syncopation on Metal Resistance, and that's going to be a lot harder to get digitally than From Dusk Till Dawn. So I'm just going to have to one day just pay the extra money to get them shipped internationally. It's a very small collection. I'm happy to have all the items, and given the fact that I have an entire room full of antique militaria, which is not cheap, and the fact that I don't even know how many other albums and stuff, some of which there's kind of pricey, some of which I got surprisingly cheap. I can't put all the money into Babymetal merch because that stuff is expensive. Like I wanted to get the Funko Pop ups because those things are cool. That's just one of those things where I don't need it. I just want them. Those things are like $300 for a full set. That's ridiculous. And then there's like Babymetal had like official beer, right? That's not even weird merch because I know other bands. I think Powerwolf have like a gin. I know Slipknot have their whiskey. Iron Maiden, they've got their beer. I've seen others. I can't remember what they are. So it's not weird for metal bands, but it's weird for Babymetal. And like, who out here is buying beer from metal bands? I guess a lot of folks because it's being made. Some of the merch is really weird, like that folding crate. I don't know why that was a thing. I think there was a bucket, but that might have been a meme. But Babymetal merch is weird and expensive, and I can't be bothered to buy any of it. But like I said, small little collection. I'm happy to have all the items, and they're fun, and I would love to get more someday. It's too expensive to go for right now. I have other things I have to prioritize. Another thing I want to do is give just a brief little review of each album. If y'all are interested in some big album reviews, I say big album reviews are still fairly small, but if you're interested in some big album reviews, somewhere in the description will be my Instagram account. I post album reviews over there. I've got a few coming out soon. I don't know what will come out after them, but I've already got a decent amount up there already. There's some good reviews. Eventually, I'll get to some Babymetal. Those are like in-depth reviews. I'll try to go into all the different stuff. These are just going to be brief little reviews of the albums. So, Babymetal, self-titled. It's a fun album. It has some flaws. Very few tracks on it I would consider among my favorites, but it is a classic album. It always makes me happy. It always makes me smile, and there are really only 1 or 2 tracks on there that actually have some serious flaws that hurt them, and even those flaws don't really take away from the rest of the track because the rest of the track is just so good. Metal Resistance is their best album. I would say that Metal Galaxy is a higher quality of music, but Metal Resistance is their best album. Everything that they're doing comes together perfectly on it. I think that is the... Actually, I might have all the tracks off of all their album. Nope, that's the only album that I have all their tracks, all the tracks off of it on my music mix. I cannot speak today because it doesn't have Babymetal Death or In the Name of, both of which are good songs to the album, not good standalone songs, but that's a rant for another time. Best album, super good. You can't get enough of that one. Metal Galaxy, musically, I would say it's the best album. Definitely was hurt by Yui not being in the band anymore, but it's got some good songs. It's the one that got me into the band, and so it's always going to hold a dear place in my heart, and it is great. It's no Metal Resistance, but it's pretty dang close. Now, I feel like I should talk about a few of the sort of the big things going on with Babymetal. First and foremost, is Yui going to return, and do I want her to return? That's a big question, and everyone goes off on that. I can't think of how many times I've seen someone ask if she's going to return, so I'm just going to weigh in with my own thoughts from someone who knows next to nothing. I don't think Yuimetal is going to return to Babymetal. It has been, what, like 4 years? I'm not good with time. It might have been 1 year. It's not been 1 year, but it might have been. I don't know. I am not good with time at all. I think it's been like 4 years. We haven't heard anything from Yuimetal yet. I think it's safe to assume she's not coming back. Now, do I want her to come back? 100% yes. Yuimetal was never my favorite member of Babymetal. Probably because I came in after, I came into the community after she had left. But Yuimetal, it was such a crucial part of the band. And her being gone definitely is something that can be felt. I would love to see her return. even not with Babymetal doing stuff, with solo stuff, I would love to see her return and be able to support her and everything. I don't really think it's going to happen. There's the possibility, sure. I think I've heard that she's like pursuing education or something right now. I don't know what's going on. Maybe once all that's done, she'll come back. Maybe. I don't think it's going to happen, but it might. And the final thing I want to weigh in on with this is I don't think there's anything wrong with thinking that she might come back, or definitely not with hoping she's going to come back, because, you know, hope is such just an important and powerful thing. And so to be able to do that about something that is essentially as harmless as hoping and thinking that a member is going to come back, it's not that bad. Because it's something that really, it doesn't have any impact on, like, your personal life. It's just, you know, I really hope that this member of a band I love comes back. It's, you know, I think she might come back. It's not going to, like, impact your job or your education or anything like that. And if it is, that's a pretty serious problem, and you should get that addressed. So I don't think there's anything wrong with hoping that she's going to come back or thinking that she's going to come back. There needs to be, you know, the realistic understanding that it's probably not going to happen. Now, the next thing, the Babymetal hiatus. A lot of folks have been saying that, oh, Babymetal's done. They're not done. They have said that they're going to be back. They've said that they're going on hiatus until something happens, whatever that something may be. I don't know how long it's going to be. I hope it's not too long, but I'm going to wait patiently for their return and hope that we get some new music when it's done. It's gonna be hard, but, you know, we got friends of the Babymetal community. We've got their old music to listen to again and again. We've got interviews and live shows and all that to go back and rewatch. There's stuff to fill the void while waiting for them. You know, it's even when they were active, it's not like they were doing that much, so not too much has changed. That probably picked up on the mic, I apologize. Now, another thing I want to talk about, new album, eventually, hopefully, what do I want to see on it? Now, half these things are not going to happen, I'm sure. Most of these things are not going to happen, but I want to see them. One of the things that has really been sort of in my mind lately, is that I really want to see, is a collaboration with Santana. Because Night Night Burn always makes me think of his songs, and I really want to hear a collaboration with Santana. Just have him do a guitar solo or something. That would be fun. That would be cool. Collaboration with Sleep Token. I need that. I 100% need that, and I will talk about Sleep Token in a moment. There's a section where I'm going to talk about some other bands. I cannot wait to go on a rant about Sleep Token. I need a collaboration between Babymetal and Sleep Token. I very much need that. Speaking of collaborations, that's what this whole section was. That was not the right segue. Speaking of collaborations, I need STARSET at Babymetal. That would be really cool. I've heard a few folks say that they want to see a Band-Maid and Babymetal collaboration. I think that would be cool. I don't care too much about that. I want to see a MAMAMOO and Babymetal collaboration. Or, actually, perhaps more realistically, a Dreamcatcher and Babymetal collaboration. That would be cool. Another thing that I've seen mentioned a few times, is something I definitely want to see, Rob Halford featured on a Babymetal song. They've done some stuff in the past. They've done a few live performances and stuff. They've got the chemistry already. Rob, I believe he's talked about how he would like to do something like that. I want to hear that. That would be awesome. Also, Metallica collaboration would be really cool, just because I know Metallica is super important to Babymetal. Now, I'm not a big Metallica fan. They're a good classic band, but they're not my favorite. But a collaboration between the two would be really cool. For me, it would sort of be like the collaboration Blackpink did with Selena Gomez. I think it was Selena Gomez. I don't care too much. I like Blackpink. I've never listened to Selena Gomez. I don't know what her music's like. But knowing the importance of that collaboration to them, oh, that's a super cool collaboration. Same thing with Metallica and Babymetal. That would be nice to see. I can't think of too many more, but that is some stuff I would love to see on the new album. I'd also love to see them have just a really heavy breakdown on one song, just because breakdowns are cool. Oh, now that I think about breakdowns, Lorna Shore collaboration, that would be awesome. It's probably not going to happen, but it would be awesome. I'd also love to get some more folk metal on the new album. That's always nice. I am a sucker for some good folk metal, and Babymetal, they went into it with Imagine I think, The song that they did live with Darth Vader and Joachim from Sabaton, y'all know the one I'm talking about. I can't say the name for some reason. I think that possibly qualifies as folk metal. I don't know. They've done it once or twice, done a good job with it. I want some more. But aside from that, I really just want more Babymetal. That's what I want. Give me more Babymetal and I will be happy, no matter what happens. Now, I said I was going to rant about some other bands. Let me do that. The Babymetal community has just been so kind to me, and Babymetal as well. That just so much has been given to me by the band of the community, and just music and shows and friendship and just cool stuff. And I want to give back in just perhaps the most meaningless way I can, and just recommend some bands that have sort of hit me in the same way Babymetal has. Now, perhaps I could say that Sabaton was the first one, because they are very important to me. They did get me into metal. If it wasn't for Sabaton, I wouldn't have found Babymetal, all that stuff. But Sabaton never impacted me the same way Babymetal did, so I'm not going to include them. They're very important. I love them. I will see them live one day. I just need them to play near me. Same with Babymetal and pretty much every other band I like, I suppose. But their music never had the same, I suppose, emotional impact on me that Babymetal's music did. I never got obsessed in the same way, so I'm not going to include them on the list. But there are 3 bands I've discovered after Babymetal that have very much hit me in some semblance of the same way, and the first is MAMAMOO, who y'all are seeing right behind me, because those are the only posters I have in my room. Actually, I do have a STARSET poster right here, but it's not framed and I don't have it up, and MAMAMOO's nice. They're good. Y'all should check them out. They're who I'm going to talk about for a moment. I can 100% say that without Babymetal, I would never have listened to them, because someone in the Babymetal community, unfortunately, I can't remember who, but someone made an edit of Yuimetal using the track Hip from MAMAMOO. And I was like, ooh, that's a fun track. I should check it out. I did, became hooked immediately, had it on loop all night long. I say all night long. I had it on loop until I went to bed. Checked out more of their stuff the next day. Immediately became addicted. Immediately became obsessed. Bought their album Reality in Black like a month later, which is pretty dang fast for me after discovering a band. Or, in that case, a group. So good. I wish they were still doing sort of their jazzy style from their earlier stuff, but the new stuff is great as well. I don't even know what specific tracks or albums to recommend. Just check MAMAMOO out. You will not regret it. If you like pop or K-pop, you're going to love them. If you like good music, you're going to love them. If you just want to do something just to do something, you probably won't regret it. And, of course, MAMAMOO then got me into Dreamcatcher, who I've heard compared to Babymetal. Many a time I've probably compared them to Babymetal myself. Blackpink, Everglow, One Us. I'm sure there are other K-pop artists I listen to that I can't think of off the top of my head. It completely introduced me to a new world of music, and very much obsessed with them. Hopefully they'll have something new coming out soon. I do know Moonbyul has a solo coming out soon. Hwasa just had a solo come out, so, it's a good time to get into them. There's stuff happening right now. Really, really good group. Next on the list, and I should say this list is just chronological order. This has nothing to do with how much I like these bands or anything. It's just chronological order. Next on the list is Sleep Token. If y'all like the weird religious lore of Babymetal, Sleep Token takes it so much further, and I'll talk about that in a moment. First, I gotta ramble about the music. Their music is so cool. I think technically they're like progressive metalcore or something, but that feels like it's not doing it justice. They have a lot of pop elements, but that just makes it sound weirder than it is. I don't know how to explain their music at all. It is so amazing. Like seriously, if I didn't have just such a deep personal connection to Babymetal, Sleep Token would be my all-time favorite band. They are easily number 2. Their most recent album, This Place Will Become Your Tomb, may be my all-time favorite metal album, and I do not say that lightly at all. I asked for it on vinyl for Christmas, and if I don't get it, I'm going to buy it myself immediately, because it is well worth like $44 for the double disc blue vinyl thing. It is such a good album. Check out their tracks Alkaline, that's the one I got into them with. It starts off slow and then gets into the really heavy stuff. Check out The Offering and Hypnosis, which are sort of very similar tracks. Basically, Hypnosis is the offering of This Place Will Become Your Tomb. Both are super cool tracks. Check out Atlantic, it is a hauntingly beautiful track. And what was the other one I was thinking of? Check out High Water, because that track is really good, and the breakdown at the end is amazing. But the lore of Sleep Token, oh, I could rant about this all day. I'm just going to give y'all the very, very brief summarization to the best of my understanding. Basically, band is completely anonymous, and Vessel, the vocalist, learned of sleep in a dream. Now, sleep is this ancient deity that gave humans the gift of dreams and the curse of nightmares, and sleep is not its name. It is the closest semblance to its name in any modern tongue, which is not an accurate translation at all. It's just the closest thing there is. And basically, they go and spread the word in exchange for fame and wealth or something. It's confusing, it's weird, but it is so cool. I cannot get enough of this band, and I'm sure y'all will love them as well. And as I start talking about the third band, it has started raining. I don't know if that is going to pick up or not. If it does, I apologize. There is nothing I can do about that because I have a tin roof and I am upstairs. But the final band is STARSET. I mentioned them. They are another band I can 100% attribute the Babymetal community getting into, because my friend in the community, DexterMetal420, check him out on Instagram if you haven't. He makes some cool edits and just posts about a lot of cool bands and stuff. He'd recommended them to me a few times, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll check them out. And I didn't, because I never check out bands that people recommend, because I keep forgetting. Anyways, I got an ad on Instagram that they're going to be playing near me, along with All Good Things, who are like my favorite band, first 2 years of high school, and The Word Alive. And I was like, ooh, I love All Good Things. I've heard STARSET's good. I'll check them out, see if that's a show worth going to. Immediately became obsessed. Super cool, another lore-heavy band. They have this whole thing like a message from the future, and their music expands on the lore. Their shows expand on the lore. Their music videos expand on the lore. Their website expands on the lore. The website for the STARSET Society expands on the lore. They have a book and a comic book that expands on the lore. It is so cool, and the music is so cool as well. I think Dustin, the vocalist, has described it as cinematic rock, which is very much what it sounds like. If y'all know the band Red, basically take Red, make them a bit less heavy, throw in some more synth stuff, and you pretty much got, not Sleep Token, you pretty much got STARSET. Super cool band. If you like science fiction, or you just like good music, you'll like them. So I could ramble about most of those bands all day. I need to get back on track with Babymetal, so check them out if you want just some good music that hit me the same way Babymetal did, at least to some extent. Sleep Token definitely hit me the hardest out of those three, and the closest to how Babymetal did. But they're all really good. Be sure to check them out. If you're interested in just checking out some good new music. Back to Babymetal, I should share the story of how I got into them, because it's a somewhat amusing story that ties back into my whole thing of, oh yeah, I'll check that band out, and immediately doesn't check the band out. So, back in high school, at the second high school I went to, I was given the option between taking a normal PE class or taking bowling. I'm not athletic, I don't like doing physical stuff, so I chose bowling, because bowling is actually kind of fun. Anyways, every day we'd get on the bus, drive over to the bowling alley, and bowl. And on the way over, we actually had a signal, so I just looked through stuff on my phone. And one day, I was looking on r/Tumblr, and there was this post about kawaii culture in Japan on there. And I was reading it because it was a long post, and I was like, oh, it's something long to read. This is good. And at the end, it talked about Babymetal, and it mentioned how they had performed with like Judas Priest and everything. And I was like, ooh, Judas Priest, they're a pretty famous metal band. This seems interesting. I might check them out later. And then I didn't. And then, maybe 1 or 2 months later, I was on the Sabaton subreddit, not on bowling. That was just sort of the setting of the stage if I first heard about them. But I was on the Sabaton subreddit and saw something. It was a meme where it was basically a screenshot of YouTube upload of Imagine I featuring Joachim Roden, and then it was one of the penguins from Penguins of Madagascar saying something along the lines of, "There it is, boys, the object of our unholy desires." He doesn't sound like that, but that's how he sounds like in my retelling of it. And I was like, oh, they did a song with Joachim, I love that guy, I should check this out. And then I didn't. And then along comes December 7th, 2019. My parents, they were not home. I think they were out of town. I don't know. And my sister was not home either because she had some kind of theater thing that she was at. And so I had the bright idea of staying up until 2 in the morning to wait for her to get home safe. And back then, that was something pretty crazy for me. Oh boy, I sure do love when my camera just stops recording and doesn't give me any notification that it has. Also, it's raining. I might have already talked about that. I don't know when I talked about that in the video. If that's messed up with the audio, I'm sorry. Anyways, I was talking about staying up till 2 a.m. Nowadays, I'm a college student. That's normal, staying up late. Back in high school, that was late. Now, I had to keep myself entertained and keep myself awake some way. So I was watching just random YouTube videos, and somewhere along the way I stumbled across a boy in a band video called something along the lines of, "Hey idiots, this is what real metal sounds like." And it was actually a pretty fun video. I'm poking fun at like elitism and metal and stereotypes and everything like that. And right at the end, we talked about Babymetal and Yuimetal, and I was like, ooh, I've heard about them a few times. I've been meaning to check them out. Wait, I gotta stay up late. Music, that'll keep me awake. Let me go check them out. And so I looked up Omaginai, the song they did with Joachim Broden, and I was like, what is this magic? It was amazing. I really never heard anything like it before. It hit right. It was like Pirates, but somehow even more fun than Pirates already are. And then I went over to Shanty 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 and became obsessed with that song. That thing, I had that on loop pretty much the rest of the night. Fell in love with this band immediately. Like a week later, I finally checked out the rest of Metal Galaxy, and then I don't even know how much longer it was before I actually listened to everything else they'd done, but it became obsessed with them. And I started slowly getting involved with the community. First, I joined the subreddit, and then I joined the Discord tied to the subreddit. And then when I set up my Instagram account, I got involved with the community on there. And then most recently, I joined the Foxhole Discord, which I may be getting the name wrong on that. I'm pretty sure it's the Foxhole. That's a pretty cool Discord server. And yeah, 2 years later, I'm somewhat involved with the community still. I still listen to Babymetal a lot. But how do I think about them? Like, how do they compare to that magic right off the bat? And, I mean, the answer simply is they don't. No band is ever going to compare to just the wonder of hearing them for the first time and just being obsessed and in love with them for the first time. You can still love them and still be obsessed with them, but it's never gonna be like it once was. And it's the same with Babymetal. Their stuff, I still love their music, but it doesn't hold the same magic it once held, and it doesn't necessarily sound as flawless as it once did. But I still love them. They're still my favorite band because the community is so important to me. And I have so many friends in the community, such as perhaps my two greatest friends in the community these days, Tyler and Dexter. Y'all are amazing. I don't listen to the music as much as I once did, but I still get happy when a few of the songs come on, and 99% of the time I'm not going to skip any of their music. I still think they make some fascinating stuff, and still, they've had a major impact on the music that I am into now. Sure, I noticed some of the flaws, like, especially on their first album, some of the very childish voices do kind of hurt the music a bit. Some of the mixing on the albums is not great. Some of the songs just go a bit out there too much. But it's still good music. It has flaws, but doesn't everything? I mean, even Sleep Token I'm obsessed with right now, and I would say their music is pretty much perfect right now. I'm sure 2 years from now, I'll say that they have some flaws. So Babymetal doesn't hold the same magic they once did, and they're no longer my favorite on the musical side of things, but they're still undoubtedly my favorite because of just that deep personal connection with the band, and because they do make some good music, and they put on some amazing shows, and the community is just phenomenal. So whatever flaws there are, fade away. There are flaws, sure, but they don't matter, they don't ruin anything, they just are there. And it's as simple as that. And, yeah, Babymetal is still phenomenal. I would jokingly say they're the best band ever. I would still say they're my favorite band of all time. I cannot wait for what comes next with them. I cannot wait for the next year of being a fan. Maybe I'll do another video when that comes around, maybe not. We'll see when we get there. But this band is something special if y'all have not checked them out yet, and you're just here because you like my content, or you just randomly got recommended this, check them out. Maybe you'll regret it, but you'll have experienced something new, and that is always amazing. So I don't have a good way to wrap this up or end this or anything. That's it. Thank y'all for watching. Be sure to like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, maybe not of whatever this was, but more just music content, and comment down below just with what you have to say about what Babymetal means to you, how you got into them, you know, whatever you have to say on the band, or music that has hit you the same way, or just have a funny joke. I'll take a funny joke any day of the week. And in the description, there are links to all the stuff. Discord server, Instagram, Linktree, all that fun stuff. Check them out. Probably won't regret it. Especially join the Discord server. Really need some more folks in there. Yeah, like I said, that's going to do it. So once again, thank you all for watching. And until next time, I'll be seeing ya.